Hi everyone, so today's lesson is all about logs, okay? And in order to do logs, exponents are super important. So what I want you to do is just pause this video and you're gonna fill out this top chart here, looking at the base, which is going to be on your left side with the exponent. So for example, if I have a base of 2 and an exponent of 1, I know just 2 to the 1, which is 2. If I have a base of 2 and an exponent of 2, I know 2 squared is 4. Base of 2, exponent of 3, 8, so on, okay? Base of 2 to the 4th is 16. So I want you to pause this video and then go ahead and fill it out. When you come back, I'm going to have it filled out, so please make sure you have it all written down, okay? So please pause this video now. Okay, now that you're back, I'm going to fill it in to make sure that you have the right answers. Okay, so if anything was wrong, please go ahead and change it. Trying to go as quick as possible. Give me 2 seconds. Sorry, I'm going as fast as I can. Okay, so now when we talk about logs, we are going to ask ourselves, how many times am I multiplying something to get something else? This is important, okay? Having this chart is important because it's going to make it much easier for you. We can't find the logs we're doing in a calculator, so having this chart will be much easier. You can just refer back to it over and over and over again. For the rest of this year, this chart will be important, so do not lose it, okay? Then you're going to come down here, and we're going to try and fill in the blanks. This is just to work on exponents and bases and things like that. So if I have the number 2 cubed, I know that my base is 2, and I'm multiplying it 2 times. So in this case, my exponent is 3, okay? And 2 cubed at the end is 8. So this last box will be your answer, okay? Then I have 3 squared. Now where 3 is my base and 2 is my exponent, so I'm going to fill it in, okay? And in this expanded notation, we are just saying that we are multiplying 3 2 times. Okay? Going on to the next one, we have 5 to the 4th. So my base is 5, my exponent is 4, and I'm multiplying 5 4 times. So I'm going to go back up to my chart here. I'm going to go to a base of 5 and an exponent of 4 and get my answer. Okay, so it's 625. So that's going to go in this box here. Okay, so pause this video again. Go ahead and fill the rest out. All right, now that you are back, I'm going to go ahead and fill it in for you, okay? So this would have been 9 cubed. I'm multiplying 9 times, and you should have gotten 729. And then I have 8 cubed. My exponent is 3, multiplying 8 3 times, I get 512. Now this one had less, so this was 6 to the 5th because I'm multiplying it 5 times. Base is 6, exponent's 5. My answer is 7776. This one, my base is 10, my exponent's 3, I'm multiplying 10 3 times to get 1,000. Then this one is 7 squared, my exponent's 2, I'm multiplying it 2 times. This one's 2 to the 4th, where my exponent is 4. 2 times 2 times 2 times 2. And the bottom is 3 cubed. Okay? So that's the front page. That's super important, okay? I want you to flip over to the back, or the next page. Okay, so now looking at this, in order to find logs, what a log will do, we ask ourselves, how many times of one number do I need to multiply to get another? So in this first example, it says, how many 2's do I need to multiply to get 8? Okay, so that's the question that a log would ask. And if you flip to your front chart, you know that you have to multiply 2 3 times to get 8, okay? So in these two boxes, these couple boxes, what you're gonna write is, we should write it like this. The number of 2's you need to multiply to get 8 is 3, okay? And how we can write a log is the following. So every time you see a log, it's going to say log, and then your base. So if we were to say 2 to the third equals 8, that's what we just did. We said that we need to multiply 2 3 times to get 8. So your log would look like this. Log, your base is the little number. Well, first, you know what? First, I'm going to show you something. So our general formula for a log is log b. So the b is below the log. It's like the opposite of an exponent. X equals y. Okay, that is our general form for a log. So I'm going to show you the bottom here. If I multiply 2 3 times, I get 8. Okay, so that's what this problem was saying before. Okay, now I want to get all of this to look like this, to put it in a log form. So I'm going to write log. My b is 2, so it's going to be a small 2. Now here we are asking myself my x, which is the answer. Okay, so log equals 3. So what this whole thing is asking us is, how many times do I multiply? So log equals how many times do I multiply? That's what that's asking, okay? So how many times do I multiply 2 to get 8? And then your answer is 3. So that's how we write a log, okay? So that's important to remember, okay? And how we would say this answer is log base 2 of 8 is 3, okay? So that's important. So this general formula here is important. So please write this down somewhere, okay? On to the next page. So here, we're just going to do some examples, okay? So in this case, it gives me log base of 5 of 25 is what? What is this? So how many times do asking myself log, how many times do I need to multiply 5 to get 625? Okay, so I know I'm going to write it in the log form, but now I'm going to write it with the answer. Okay, and if I look at my front chart, I know that I need to multiply 5 4 times to get 625. So what that would look like is 5 times 5 times 5 times 5, which is just 4 times. Okay, but this is how you would write your answer. Okay, now go ahead and try this next one on your own. So how many times do I have to multiply 2 to get 64? Okay, and look at your front chart. Okay, and your answer should have been 6. So we multiply 2 6 times to get 64. Okay? All right, now, the last thing that we really need to concentrate on, I can't fit it in this in general box, so I'm just going to write it down here, okay? There are 2 different ways, like I told you before, logs and exponents are very, very similar. Okay, so there's 2 different ways that we can write a log form and an exponent form. So log form is what I showed you before. I'm going to write it again. Please write this down. Log base of b of x equals y. While we also have something called exponent form. Okay, and this is b of y equals x. And this is important because these 2 things can transform into one another. We have b, x, and y, which are in both. So they can look very similar and get us the same answer. Okay, so that's super important. So let's do my example that we did before. It was like 2 to the 8th, right? So let's do this example right here. Log 10 of 100. So log 10 of 100. First thing I need to do is solve it. So how many times do I need to multiply 10? How many times do I need to multiply 10 to get 100? and I know that my answer is 2. Okay? So under here, what I can do if I want to make it easier, okay, is I can label. If I'm looking at my B, I'm going to highlight. My B in this case is 10. So B equals 10. My X in this case equals 100. And my Y in this case equals 2. Okay? And because I have B, Y, and X, I can make it look just like this, right? So now my B is my big number, so I have 10. My Y is my exponent. And then my X will now be my answer. And these two things can transform into one another, okay? So now you're just gonna do some practice on your own, okay? If you have any questions, let me know. I want you to just ignore this page, it's really nothing. And then this is your practice problem. So on this first 1 through 4, you're just getting the logs, you're just finding your answer, okay? So how many times do I need to multiply something to get something? You're just finding your answer, okay? So like in number 1, it's asking you, how many times do I need to multiply 2 to get 64? And you're just gonna put your answer there, okay? For numbers 5 through 8, you wanna put it in the form B of Y equals X. Okay, so it's in log form. So here, I could write it even better for you. We wanna go from this form to this form. So your answer should look like in this form, okay? Now, on the bottom, you're just gonna do the opposite. So now you have it in this form, and we wanna get it to this form. So you're not finding the answers here, you're just switching them to get it in the right form, okay? All right, that is all for today. If you have any questions, let me know.